What's going on? This is Julian with the Game Fanatics, and today I'm really excited to finally share with you all my impressions on the new Xbox controller Elite version 2, but I also want to do a little comparison with the previous version. So the first thing I want to talk about is just the case itself. Not too much has changed. I will say the older version here is a little bit more textured. This one is a little bit more smooth. That may not matter to many. And then also on the new version 2, if you look here on the back, there will be a USB-C charging port, because inside of here you do have a like a battery pack of sorts. And we'll talk about that more once I get into the controllers. So let's go ahead and take both of these controllers out of the case. Actually, I will not hold up the controller first. Let's go straight into the case itself. So not much is different except for the fact that this one just has this foam pad that I do think, yeah, you can take out, but we don't care about that. This one, on the other hand, has this nifty little device here that is removable, but you see that port is accessible through that hole in the back that I showed you. So this is both a charging dock and a battery pack. We also have one other new thing here, and that is this key here that adjusts the tension of the thumbsticks. That's a new feature in the Elite version 2. So we have the cases out of the way. Let's go straight into the controllers. And we'll talk about a few of the differences. The first thing, as we can see, the V2 is Bluetooth. You can kind of see the updated styling there. And we'll go to the front of the controller. One thing you'll notice is the darker, more kind of gunmetal coloring on the new controller versus the silver of the old. And the sync button at the top is the same color as the rest of the plastic here versus being green on this controller. Now, I will show you on the back for the most part, so I don't have the tabs on the old controller. But a main difference here, there is an internal battery in the new version. No internal battery here. Of course, we already know that. And then another thing you will see back here, you have the charging connections, and now the triggers have 3 different modes instead of 2. And as Xbox has been doing this with a few of the newer controllers, there's a slight grip on the triggers. Now, another thing that is new. So on the front of the old controller, we have a switch, goes from 1 to 2. You have 2 different profiles there. That's really cool. But on the version 3, that switch is now a button, and you have an additional loadout that you can load onto this controller. This controller is a little bit heavier, but I don't have any batteries in the old version right now. Another thing that I've noticed, so this button, it is a little, so here it pushes in a little bit more. Here it's a little more clicky. That may not matter to some. And another cool thing, nice little detail that I will show you all. So on the old controller, you have more of a silver color. Here it's kind of like a glossy black metal on the thumbsticks. So that's really cool. Let's go ahead and put those back on. Outside of that, mostly everything else is the same. So, you know, these are removable. D-pad, removable, replaceable. Under there it's black instead of green. What else is new? One of the main differences that I'm really happy about is the new grip situation. So you'll notice here, let me come back a little bit. The grip on here goes all the way around the handle versus on the old controller, the grip only went on the back of the handles, and the grips here are rubber versus here the soft plastic. But one thing they did, because a big issue with the last controller is that over an extended period of time, if you have sweaty hands or just with wear and tear, you can't really see that on mine, but this rubber starts to come off, and that was a huge issue. It actually caused me to stop playing with this controller just to conserve the controller, because by the time this started happening to me, it was out of warranty. And I still really do like this controller, but what they did here is built the grip into this kind of soft plastic, textured plastic or rubber, whatever this material is. It's really smooth, it's really nice, so you should not have that issue. That, in my opinion, is the biggest upgrade between version 1 and version 2. So this one retails for about $180, I believe. And then if you want a 3-year warranty, you can buy one through the Microsoft Store for about 20 bucks. And what that allows you is to get, of course, it's kind of like Apple Care. Everything is able to be replaced. And even if nothing is wrong within that 3-year period, you can just take this controller in and get another one. It's kind of like a refresh. So I don't know, maybe if something small changes in the controller between now and Scarlet, or sometime in the first year or two of the Scarlet, maybe I'll go try to get another one, see what happens there. But I'm really, really excited about this controller. It's really solid. If you do have the money, this is a luxury item. This is not a necessity, but if you have the money and you're interested in this controller, I definitely check it out. I already spoke on this a little bit, but this does not have to be inside of the case to work, this charging port. You can just throw this on top of any table, anything, plug it in, and it just connects just like that, kind of like a little mobile dock. So that's really cool. It does say, I think this gets up to 40 hours of battery life. I'm not sure if that's including the charging here or if that's just here. I haven't had to recharge it yet. I've been using this for about a week. Yeah, about a week. No recharging yet, still at about 75%. So definitely check this out. For more news like this, more videos like this, definitely stay tuned to the Game Fanatics, and I'll see you next time.